Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen from GamePron News. I'm here with Chris Johnson in Adelaide's Indie Games Room, which is part of AVcon 2011, and we're talking about the game called Expand. So, can you tell us a bit about it? I know it's very difficult to explain.
So in Expand, you essentially play a small pink square, and you're in a circular world, but you're the only sort of square thing in this circular world. And so you use the left analog stick on a controller to move around that world, just move in and out and around the world. But what happens is you have sectors of circles that come from the center and expand out either radially or sort of they wrap around the world. And so it's very hard to explain, but if you think of your view of that world is from, you have an inner circle and then an outer circle, and that's like a lens or like a camera into that world. And so yeah, and your purpose in that world is just not to get squashed. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you're developing this one by yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm totally developing it by myself. I'm not doing music because I'm not musically talented, but I found some music that really matches the game and the feel that I'm going for. So yeah, I'm doing everything by myself. And
what prompted that decision?
I sort of tend to like to work by myself, but also the original, so this, at the moment I'm showing a prototype, and this prototype emerged from something that I had already created by myself and I had a vision for. So if I started to bring too many people in too quickly who didn't understand that vision, then I would have ruined, what the game was really about. So
what's your history in the games industry?
I don't really have a history in the industry, so yeah, I'm still a student at university at the moment. On top of that though, I did do a bit of work for 8 months in visual effects, just on pipeline development. Besides that though, I've just mostly, and I'm now teaching at the university for first year computer science students. So yeah, I'm mostly just independent in that sense. I'm just doing this when I'm not working and when I'm not at uni. But yeah, I'm looking to, after this year when I graduate, sort of go have a bit of time off, but also spend that time making games. So yeah.
So where do you think that Expand will go? Where do you think people will be able to play it once it is in a playable form?
At the moment, I really don't know, because it's an experimental game, and I put that as a subtitle for it as well. And so I'm really looking to. At the moment, it's developed for Mac, but I'm using C and C++ and cross-platform libraries. So that means I can go and target Windows and Linux at the moment. I haven't got it playable on Windows, but it works fine on Linux. And the only thing that I have is sort of is that you need a stick on an analog stick to be able to run it pretty well. So at the moment I'm skewing to PC. I don't know, maybe I'm not sure where else I could go. A lot of people keep saying iPhone, but I don't really want to go to the iPhone because I think it's hot right now, right? And everyone's going there, and I think it's possible to be fair to the game and to not go to that, because I don't think it suits that platform. But who knows?
That's perfectly understandable. We have seen a recent wave of experimental games, or games that aren't really games as people understand them. Why was it important to you to take that approach rather than to just create another platformer or another Match 3 game?
Well, I think when I started off developing games and stuff like that, I wasn't intending on creating something that was so different. So this just came out of some existing ideas that I had. With that said though, I don't really want to put out something that's the same. I don't want to replicate an experience that I can already play. And the great thing about sort of being independent and stuff like that is that when you go and you try something new, people will be much more forgiving because it is new, right? And you can try new things and you can actually stand out. So I didn't design with the intent to be different, right? I'm not trying to be different, trying to be an outcast or anything like that. But I just think in this case, it came to me. And so, yeah, I've managed to put together something that's a bit different, I think.
And how are people reacting to it here in the Indie Games Room?
Really well. I haven't had any negative sort of reviews on it. Everyone's been really positive. At the moment, there are still a few bugs that I have to sort through. It's still a prototype, and I only created all the content for AVcon about 2 weeks before show. So I don't have, and all that content was not created for AVcon, it was created for prototyping purposes. So it's not balanced or tuned, but I'm finding it sort of strange because a lot of people are saying it feels balanced and tuned. So I don't know, maybe I've got things lucky this time. I'm not sure.
So obviously it's a work in progress. It's a labour of love. Do you have any kind of an idea about when this one might be finished?
It's hard to say, right? Not in the next 6 months, because I won't be able to work on it too much over the next 6 months, but hopefully in a year or two. I don't know. I'll give myself 10 years. I want to give myself plenty of time. So yeah, within the next 10 years.
Fabulous. I look forward to it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.